New day on the calendar here in Cleveland to honor the area's oldest residents.
City Council is expected to vote on a resolution creating Indigenous Peoples Day on August 9th. But the original purpose of that same resolution was bigger and more controversial.
In this News 5 original, Kevin Barry explains how that plan changed at the last second.
In Little Italy, the second Monday in October, Columbus Day, is more than just a day off from work.
It's our day to celebrate who we are.
Basil Russo helps plan the parade that marches through Mayfield Road and has been in the Little Italy neighborhood for more than 100 years. He says these parades originally started in a different time in history, when Italians were being harassed in the United States.
As a way of trying to restore some dignity and self-esteem to themselves, they began holding Columbus Day parades and celebrations in the 1890s.
But now, those celebrations, and specifically the explorer they're named after, bring up different issues.
You can't stand with the oppressed while still simultaneously celebrating the achievements of the oppressor.
Sundance runs the Cleveland American Indian movement.
But it's not about the Italian-American community. It's about history, and it's about justice.
Because of concerns like Sundance's, the city of Columbus has decided to stay open on Columbus Day, instead closing the city to honor veterans about a month later. The city of Cincinnati's completely done away with the holiday, instead replacing it with Indigenous Peoples Day.
As progressive as we are, we should want to follow suit as well.
Cleveland City Councilman Bashir Jones initially tried to do just that.
The focus of the resolution was to remove Columbus Day and to create Indigenous People Day.
The outrage in the Italian-American community was significant.
The City Council felt the pushback, and the resolution was changed to what the City Council planned to consider Wednesday. It doesn't change anything about Columbus Day in Cleveland, and instead only creates Indigenous Peoples Day on August 9th to line up with the International Day of the world's Indigenous Peoples.
The proper thing to do is to show respect to all groups and to afford Indigenous people the opportunity to celebrate their heritage, just as we want the opportunity to celebrate ours.
But Sundance says this falls far short of what he'd want.
It's not an issue of having a day, it's an issue of justice.
But he says with the native populations wielding less power than other groups, he might be disappointed, but he's not surprised.
It's to be expected.
In Cleveland, I'm Kevin Barry, News 5.